Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me today. My name is Jaron Fairchild. I am your training and education coordinator here at EnvyWigs, and I'm very excited to share with you the launch of our collection for spring 2023. We are introducing 3 new styles, Paula, Billy, and Lisa. Paula and Billy are our shorter styles with a very feminine pixie shape, and Lisa is our lush lob. She is a longer bob with just off the shoulder lengths that provide great style versatility, and we're very excited to share the features and benefits of all 3 with you today. Don't just unbox, think outside of the box. We are introducing 3 new styles with lace front ear to ear with a mono top style, which allows focus on maximum stylability. All of these 3 styles feature our EnvyHair, which is our exclusive heat-friendly blend. And we really want you to think of these products as you would your own hair. And so we are really trying to rewrite the wig narrative here at Envy around self-expression and creativity. Our EnvyHair, which is featured on these 3 styles, is our exclusive heat-friendly blend of 30% human hair, 70% of a heat-friendly synthetic fiber, which features moisture control properties that look and feel just like human hair. In fact, it's the benchmark of what we really want human hair to feel like. So once you run your hands through this, you'll know what I'm talking about. It feels amazing. The built-in moisture control properties allow you to use heat styling with tools of up to 285 degrees. And in our styling demo, I'll show you just how easy it is at that lower temperature to put a great style into your wigs. We really want you to think of not only these wigs as they're out of the box, which I'll show you today, but to really think of styling them in a different way as anyone would with their same hairstyle, style it differently day to day. Our unique cap design features a lace front that's ear to ear. Many of our lace fronts are temple to temple, but we really wanted to start featuring a very natural look that's ear to ear. So I'm just going to pull our cap up here and show you. And so this is the ear to ear lace front that continues all the way down. This is our ear tab right here. And so the lace front also contours to mimic the natural feminine hairline. And so this is going to this provides the hair fall to fall in a very natural way. And this non-stick silicone strip supports the lace front and to allow this lace front to lay right next to the skin. And the adjustable ear tabs are made of a very flat, flexible plastic that lay really close to the skin as well. So when you're wearing this, it's going to look and feel very comfortable and really not give away any clues at all that you're wearing a wig. Lisa, our lush lob, as we've said before, has wonderful face framing layers that really start to kick out right at the cheekbones and just below the chin. And these layers blend seamlessly right into this layered haircut in the back. So that's our lush lob. And so these top layers land right down just a little bit at the shoulders, which provides great movement for a nice, sleek, believable style. And this is right out of the box. And so this is what you can expect with the center part. But in our styling demo, I'll show you how easy it is to rearrange that part and move it anywhere you would like. And that's one of the great features of the mono top, is that you can really move this part around to best accentuate your face shape. So if you want to move it over to right over the arch of your brow, you can. If you want to change different directions, you can to change it up. It all just depends on your personal preference. And we really wanted the design of these wigs to allow you to have that confidence and style versatility to really make wearing these wigs a great personal experience that you want to wear more often. You can see this wonderful, very natural movement. And in our styling demo, I'll show you some different ways to really enhance this movement and create some different styles. Paula is the shortest of our styles, and she is featured today in light blonde. And so you can really see how these recessions of this hairline are very natural looking, very believable in this hairline. And even with the shorter style, you can pull this back and really have a very natural look and believable look as this goes all the way down to the ear. The ear tabs are right behind here. And so as you adjust those, you can put your glasses over it. You can secure this with a bobby pin if you'd like. Anything, we really wanted to design it so you can really make it the most comfortable to wear. And so Paula is a little bit shorter on the left side, and a little bit longer on the right. So a slight asymmetric style. And these lengths really fall wonderfully right into place and around the ear. So this is very much like a short haircut that you would get in the salon. As this kind of like falls back into the place with the texture and layering, we really wanted to mimic that in these styles to really help you wear this with great confidence. On the back, we have great lengths that come off of this extended nape. And so if you want to cover up anything on the back of your neck, you can, or if you really want to show off your neck, you can do that too. You can have a stylist trim this up and really lift this, the perimeter of this profile. And so you can really make this shape your own. So even though it's tapered down and it has a nice elongated shape like this, you can really bring this up into a different shape altogether. So even though this is the way that it comes out of the box, we really want you to think of this as in a different way that you can style this to make it your own. And again, this is the other side of Paula. So with the shorter lengths on the shorter side, and you're really showing off these this sophisticated short style with these layers. And so this is Paula in light blonde. Billy is featured in sparkling champagne here, which is one of our beautiful rooted colors. Billy is a much more accentuated asymmetric style with longer lengths on the right side. And the lengths come right down just past the cheekbone, almost to the chin, allowing for a great flirty style. You can wear this style this pulled forward, pulled back. And I'll show you some really fun ways to style this with some confidence to wear it off of the face as well. And the new cap construction features really allow for that style versatility, along with the stylability of the EnvyHair fiber. So this is just a great way to think of a new way, a different new way to style shorter styled wigs. And so these layers come right back off of the crown and fall right into this line here on some of the lengths on the left side. And they mimic the very same on the right, as you can see here, and they come right back down into these long lengths. And so we really wanted the confidence of being able to run your hands through this hair and knowing that the hairstyle is going to fall right back into place. And again, you can see how this goes right into the taper into the back of the neck. And again, as I was saying before about Paula, you can really have this customized to bring this up and really change the look of the whole wig. It depends on how you want to wear it. And so one of our favorite features of these too, which I'll show you in our styling demo, is that you can really style these in different ways. And it's a great way to buy a couple of the wigs in the same color, have a different style on them, and really be able to wear them in a different day, just like you would your normal hair. And so as you would style your normal hair differently, you can really do this with these wigs as well, without taking any extra time. It just takes a moment to put on the wig. And so if you have another one with a different style to put into it, you can change your style and your look all in just the few moments it takes to put on your wig. That's a great feature that we love about not only this EnvyHair, but this cap construction as well, with the confidence in this. And so let me show you the contoured hairline of this ear-to-ear lace front. And you can see how this contours and comes right back down and how wonderful and natural that looks. You can wear this tucked behind your ear with these lengths and bring this back around. So there's all sorts of styling that you can use with all three of these styles in this collection. But not only with this collection, but with all of our EnvyHair styles. We really want you to think as using EnvyHair as an alternative to human hair. As human hair becomes less available and taking more time to get, this is a wonderful alternative, and it feels just like the real thing, moves just like the real thing. These three new styles are available in our 20 best-selling multi-dimensional colors. And so now we are going to get into our styling demo for our 1 style, 3 looks. First, with Lisa, I am going to show you how to create a nice, easy beach wave. So I'm going to clip a little of this out of the way. And I would recommend doing this. And this is how I would teach my customers and how you can teach your customers to style this as well. Just take a nice small section, clip it out of the way. And that way it just leaves what you're working with. And so with Lisa, when I styled her beach waves, I just took about an 1" by inch section, or maybe a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch section. I'm going to do these waves with a 1/2 inch curling iron. And I have this iron set to 285 degrees. And so that really is the best temperature to style EnvyHair with. And so I always like to style, even human hair clients in the chair, I really like to style at the lowest temperature possible and then crank up the heat if I need to. But you won't need to with EnvyHair. but you basically, by testing that and doing that, you can get the exact same style. And what you'll only really notice with the higher temperature is that you'll see a little bit of steam release. And so you're getting the same effect, but you're just releasing the moisture from the hair. So it's only damaging it. And so, but you still get the same results. So it's not really beneficial in any way. And so you might think it goes faster, but it really just does a lot more damage than it's worth it. And so it doesn't really style any faster if it's hotter than these temperatures. And so I really just kind of want to drive that home. I'm not styling this with a higher temperature and telling you to use a lower one. 285 is the perfect temperature that we have found in all of our testing that we've done here. So again, 285 degrees. I'm going to take a 1 inch by 1 inch section, or maybe a ½ inch by ½ inch section. It doesn't have to be the same every time. Perfectly imperfect is definitely what I'm going for, especially on a beach wave. And so what I'm going to do then is bring out my section about straight out, and I'm going to start in the mid lengths of the hair to do this beach wave. And I'm going to put the first bend in right around the area of the cheekbone. And so that just is going to give it a nice modern curl pattern. And when I'm thinking around the face, I want them to be styled away from the face, or I want the movement to come away from the face. And so I'm really thinking about how the ends are coming out and really going to be directed back to this way. And so I really just want this small little bend in that. So I'm going to leave this out, and you can see how that curl really just takes place right there. Can you make sure you can see that? Okay. Yeah. And so that curl is going to stay in there. And so if we were using a 100% high heat friendly synthetic fiber, we would have to not only curl this, but then take this curl and pin it up, and really pin it up right here where we wanted that curl to stay, and allow that to cool 100%. The human hair and the technology in our high heat synthetic fiber that's blended with this is really support each other and really bounce off of each other. So we really get that nice look to stay. And that really takes your styling time in half. And so it's going to take maybe even a little bit closer to the styling of human hair. And so I'm going to take another section right here and just show you how fast that is, and bringing it straight out. Again, I'm wrapping it around the base, right? So when the curl falls, it's going to fall right around the cheekbone, and really let this kind of set just a little bit. Usually when it gets about too hot to touch. I did prep these wigs with a little bit of our Beauty Balm, which is our Envy's sculpting cream, and a little bit of our Renew and Repair. So those are my two favorite styling products that we have to style these wigs. And it just adds a little bit of heat protection. Really any bit of product will work as a heat protection, just as long as you have a little bit of a barrier. Any product is better than nothing. So if you're wanting to style these wigs and you're worried about not having a product, relax about that just a little bit, and just know that just a tiny little bit of any product will provide a nice barrier for the heat and really provide a nice stylability for you. And I used a little bit of the Beauty Balm in here to add a nice, and what that does is just adds a little bit of pieciness to this. And so you can kind of see those curls there. And again, so those curls wouldn't stay if we had just 100% synthetic fiber. So the support that the human hair and the synthetic fiber gives really allows a stylability, and it cuts your styling time in about half. You can see right here. And so now I'm going to show you full set of these beach waves that I did on Lisa in our dark blonde. And then I'm going to use a little bit of our Beauty Balm. And just to kind of show you here too, I'm going to use a tiny little bit, and I'm going to put it in my hand like that and close this up. And then I want to emulsify it or mix it up in my hands like a lotion almost until it disappears. The best way to use this is when it disappears in your hand. And so if you're styling your own hair, this is a great tip to use, because it's going to allow you to go in heavy-handed without getting more product in an area that you don't want, and make sure that it's evenly distributed. So you'll have not only the same finish once you're done, but you can really just kind of go in and piece it together. So then I can go in and really put this on the outside of it. And you can see how after I put that heat in, all of these curls really just kind of piece out and it shows you a nice, a really nice texture. And so you can see this too. So I've got just a little bit of more in the flexion creases. And so I've still got some that I can use on my hands. And so if you're not used to using product like this, it's going to definitely feel like you don't have enough. but the nanotechnology that's used in modern products today, and definitely in our products, you can really go in and use these with a heavier hand and really go in and put the product in and let it do what you want it to do without worrying about getting like a heavy spot or a light spot, or something that you would have to go like back to the shampoo bowl to rinse out or redo with some water or something like that. So this is the Beach Waves look with Lisa. And you can see I've still got the center part here, and there's the way that these nice layers are framed. And then even if, like I was showing you earlier, if you wanted to take a low pony, this is a great way to add a different style to it and leave some of these face framing layers out with a different curl. You can do anything you want with it, but I just think this is a great way to feature a style. I would, if I had a client who was then going either shopping or doing whatever, I could just piece this back out and really send her on her way, knowing that she's going to look and feel her best. So the next look I want to show you with Lisa is our polished curl. If you're wondering like what I just did or anything like that, just please feel free to go to our website. I have tutorials that we've done to complete these looks, a step-by-step tutorial on envywigs.com, as well as our YouTube channel. We have some heat styling tips and some and how we achieved these the looks for these 3 styles. Check out all of that and get inspired and really know that you can really do some different looks with these. So with this style on Lisa, she's featured right here in Golden Nutmeg. I'm going to bring her just a little bit closer. And we really have this nice believable recession point that comes back. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. So this recession point comes back and how it comes back down to the side. She is featured here in Golden Nutmeg, and the natural hairline really just shows this ear-to-ear lace front is just amazing. And so that silicone strip supporting this really makes it for a comfortable wear. And again, it just keeps getting more and more comfortable as the day goes on. When I put in this polished curl, I did pin this up like I would have a regular 100% high heat friendly fiber, synthetic fiber. So I just used a 1-inch curling iron, and it took about 1-inch sections, and right where it bends down, right where it's going to fall near the cheekbone, I did pin these up just like this. And so, and then as we drop them, they kind of come down into this wonderful, more of a polished look. And also I wanted to show you, I did change the part a little bit on Lisa, just to show you the styling versatility that not only the cap construction and design is, but with the monofilament top as well. It just really allows a great different stylability. And so after we dropped all of that, I let her cool down just a little, well, not just a little, 100%. And once it's cool, that shape memory is going to stay in there. Shape memory in hair and then EnvyHair fiber, it locks in when it goes from wet to dry and from hot to cold. And so that's for human hair as well. And so once you go from wet to dry and hot to cold, that shape memory is going to be locked in here. You can go in here and really mess with this and really manipulate it how you want, and know that that shape memory of the curl is going to stay in there. And then you can go in and make this your own. So this is Lisa in Golden Nutmeg with the polished curl style. Next up, I'm going to show Paula. Again, she's in light blonde, and this is our Fringe Factor look. So I really just started taking some of these sections. I'm going to pin some of this up a little bit and show you how I styled her. And I just added a little bit of volume with a flat iron on the sides up. And so I really want to just start my movement around this mid section. So it's going to fall right into this smoother section down below. And this transition point is just going to have a little bit of volume, and then of course maximum volume on top. But I am using my flat iron set to 280 degrees because I only have increments of 10. And so I'm opting for a little bit lower because I've seen good results with that too. And so I'm going to let this warm up for 1 second. And as I'm doing this, I'm going to just bring some volume out and add a little bit of movement and curve this towards the face. And so that's where that fringe factor comes in, like fringe or bangs. It's really, fringe means framing. And so how this frames the face is really how we want that to feel. So once the end result of that is, all right, we're at 280. So I'm going to just bring this up a little bit and then give it a little movement towards the face. And you can see how that is right there. So that still feels nice and warm, but not very hot. And that movement is locked in right there. So as it gets cooler, that's how that shape memory is going to lock into place there. And so that's what I've done with these lengths. And so then I'm going to take the top section from the part and just go for maximum volume. So I'm going to lift this up. I'm not using very much pressure. And then I'm giving it some movement back towards the face. And so you can see how that is staying right there. And so I will let that cool for just a few moments and do another section and really see how this can come to life. So you can see there. So I've got a little bit of our beauty balm in here as well. And that's what's letting me be able to like reshape this. And so I really wanted to show you how I can just add a little bit of volume right here just by pushing it up and pushing this up a little bit too, to really give it a nice shape. So you can really mold this into any shape that you want. So this is so great. Along with these contours, it just gives it a very natural look. And again, you can do this on the back and with the sides and kind of smooth that down a little bit or really piece this out. You can go extreme with it if you'd like, or as mild with it as you want. It's all up to you. So I'm hoping whether you like it or maybe it's not your favorite, I'm just really hoping that you're getting inspired to see like really what you can do with EnvyHair. So Paula, with our brush back look, I wanted to showcase this look because this is a nice off the face look that showcases this very natural hairline provided by this ear-to-ear lace front design. What I did with Paula is I used our 1/2-inch curling iron and really just started at the parting on either direction away from the parting and really just put these curls in. And so I just brought them in away from the parting and you can kind of see how I have that set. And so on the back, I just did a brick lace session with the curling iron and just put like a brick layer section in with these curls. And once this was cooled 100%, I added a little bit of the renew and repair and was able to kind of piece that through and really brush this out like with my fingers or a wide tooth comb. And that really allows this texture to come into place. So you can really see what different styling options and versatility these styles have because of that, because of the not only the recession lines that just make it look very natural, but this hairline that comes all the way down. So again, so when I put these curls in, I let these curls sit just like that. And so you'll see that on the actual video on envywigs.com if you want to check that out. But yep, and then we just brushed it out with a wide tooth comb or our fingers. You don't really want to use a brush. You can like in the wefted sections, but you definitely don't want to use anything that's going to pierce the monofilament top. And you'll get more longevity out of this EnvyHair if you use a wide tooth comb or your fingers. You'll appreciate the hair will last much longer with just the natural tension that you can give with your fingers. And so we've definitely featured Paula out of the box, but I wanted to kind of see them both together. So you can definitely see how different these looks are and how you can achieve those. And next up, I am going to show Billy and our beach waves. And so this is our beach wave style with Billy. And so this is a wonderful way too to have your customers, these different styles are something that anyone, would style their hair differently. So this is a great way to show customers, if you buy a couple of wigs in the same color, style them a little bit differently. It's only going to take one moment to put a different wig on. And just the added luxury lifestyle that can add by not taking up any time and just really allows a better quality of life, especially for somebody, who is a wig wearer, whether they want to just show their own self-expression for fashion or if they actually need to. It's just really a great way to think about wearing these wigs differently. And so I'm going to take a little section of Billy here and I'm going to take her. So what I did is just brought her right up from the part and added some volume. And so I wanted to use the iron and start at the base because the base and where the heat is in the base is really where I want the heat to do the work. When I do this, I'm going to start at the base and really add this. So if I started at the ends, the heat from the iron would have to go all the way through these ends, potentially damaging them, and especially it will over time. But it has to get through the ends in order to do all of the work that it needs to do here. So we just start up here and leave the ends out. And then I'm going to just kind of keep wrapping this and pulling it kind of out. And you'll see how that's going to leave this, this bend in the hair and the style right there. So you can see how fast that curl is going to lock in. And you can let this move all the way around and it'll loosen up just a little bit, but that curl is going to stay in there. And so once that cools all the way, that hair is, the shape memory of the hair is just locked in. And so the beautiful thing with EnvyHair 2 is that when you shampoo these, this style and this shape memory is going to be what it comes back to. It's not going to reset itself into a smooth situation like a 100% human hair would. So it's going to not only reduce your styling time from a 100% high heat synthetic fiber wig, but it's also going to reduce your styling time from a human hair wig, because it's going to come back to this after you shampoo it. And so, you might need to do a little styling refresh, but it's certainly going to help you get that finished in a much shorter amount of time. And so I'm going to do one just from the other side too. So from the part, I just want to bring the volume up from the part, spin the iron around, and really leaving the ends out until the very end. You can kind of pinch the ends a little bit if you want to have a polished look to them, or if you don't, you can leave them out as well. However you want to do it, but I just really want to show you how easy it is to achieve these curls on these styles. And so if you want to style this, you could clip a little bit of this up and put just a little bit of movement. That's what I did with these beach waves. So you don't have the texture you don't have to worry about the texture being the same all the way around. So as these lengths, so we'll take the shorter side and show you here. So as these lengths lay down, the midsection running through here, I just put a tiny little bend in, and then that is going to give it a great transition into these smooth layers. And so here, the lengths on the top that I have from especially from the monofilament section. And then I've got just a little bit of bend in here. And so nothing like the wave and curl that I've put in up here, but just a little bit of movement that allow that to lay on some other movement really gives it a nice transition. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And in fact, it is that little bit of imperfection looking in the texture that makes it look so real and believable and beautiful. Last but not least, with our styling demo, I'm going to bring over our straight up fabulous look with Billy. This was a really fun way to show off the face styling. And again, you can see this on our brochure. And also we have the brochure, the digital brochure for this collection, including the 8 ready-to-wear synthetic hair toppers at the bottom of envywigs.com of our homepage. If you want to check out the 2023 brochure, you can click that and it'll open right up for you. I think it's right near the 2022 catalog. So this brochure will be a supplement to that. And it's on our website, ready to look at there as well. And all 3 of these styles will be featured there from our photo shoot. But what I did with her is I misted her down with a little bit of water. And you can do this with any of your Envy hairstyles. Just mist her with a little bit of water. Use your fingers for the same tension that I was talking about earlier. You can just bring it right up with your fingers. You're going to know that it's enough to hold it. And use your blow dryer with medium heat and a little bit of the beauty balm. Just mix that in when the hair is wet or towel dried, or however you want to call it, after you spray it with water. Not quite soaking wet, but add this in the same fashion that I was telling you earlier with the beauty balm, to rub it into your hands, emulsify it until it almost disappears, and then put it into the towel dried hair or the not 100% dry hair. And then just take a little bit of your tension with your fingers and a blow dryer on medium heat and blow dry it straight up. So when you get it dry, it's going to have a little bit of that structure from the product supporting the style, and so it's going to look kind of crazy at first. But that's really what you want. And so then I just take from when it's going to be supported up like that, I just take maybe like 1-inch sections. I just take it anywhere from the parting, and you can do this while it's on this part while it's on, or you can have it pinned to a wig form as well. But I just take sections with my fingers and use hairpins and put the hairpins and just to help support it. And so if you put the hairpins in, be sure to be very gentle as you place them in, and it's because you don't want to pierce the monofilament on the top. You just want to place them gently right in and support it. Use a little bit of freeze frame to support that, and these freeze frame, just a little bit of hairspray. And so if it starts to fall over or anything like that, just add a little bit of freeze frame, and you can see how that just locked it right into place right there. And just let that dry. You can let that dry, and it'll add a little bit of more of that vertical texture. And so I am going to actually take these pins out right now, just to show you how that stays and how you can achieve this look. But on the back, I did the same thing, as it came around, as this kind of ends right here, I just put these in. And so since these are wefted in the back, you can actually kind of anchor some of these in the back into the wefts. Again, you don't want to anchor them into the mono top because you don't want to damage that at all, but you're definitely able to anchor them into the wefts and keep that into place. And you can see when you take them out, this beautiful vertical texture that remains. And it's just a great, sleek, sophisticated style that you can wear all day long. These are the two looks, Beach Waves and Straight Up Fabulous, that we have for Billy. And so I hope you've got some inspiration from these styles and our other looks as well. And so we hope you love the styling demo for our One Style 3 looks. And whether you like the styles or not, we really just want to inspire you to look at our EnvyHair collection and know that you can really style this and make it your own and be creative with it just as you would your own hair. And so if you want to purchase Envy Wigs, please go to envywigs.com and check out a retailer near you. And you can purchase them there. And also check out our other videos and tutorials for our styling tips and tricks and learn more about our wigs and our EnvyHair fiber there as well. Thank you so much.